Hi guys. So in this video we are going to add just a few things that we are missing in our game that are not really important for the game functioning, but it looks a little bit better. So we are missing the ground floor and using the sprite for the explosion of the missiles and the laser shots. That I have it here. I think that even when I tried the original game I didn't implement this sprite, so I have no idea how they are going to look, but we'll see. We are just going to implement these ones. So when we are destroying the laser, this one. When we destroy the missiles, we have this one here, and we have the ground floor here. The ground floor is really simple. Basically, we have only two sprites, like a default one, and when it gets hit the first time, it changes to the damage one. That's it. And we are going to start with implementing the ground floor then. So first thing we are going to do is to import the costume, so import the sprite actually. So let me see, ground floor, I'm going to import the first one, then I'm going to import the other costume of the ground floor here, yeah, and not 0, I'm going to take the 0 from here. And now we're going to position the ground floor. And the ground floor, let me see something about it. So they have like 4 units of height. Let me see. So if we position, I don't know why I don't have it on my original plan, but whatever. Here, yeah. So we are going to position something like here, and then we need to repeat the ground floor, if I'm not mistaken, 6 times, 8 times. I don't exactly remember, but we'll see how many times we need to repeat it throughout the... Let me see. I can try it here also, but so let me see if I do something like this, auto layout, and then we can just repeat. Yeah, it's like 8 times. I'm going to repeat the ground floor 8 times, so it just fills the entire screen. And the position of the first one, so this is like 60 by 4, which means that we are going to position it 30 units from the left and 2 units from the bottom. So 30 units from the left is going to be minus 210, and 2 units from the bottom is minus 178. Minus 210, okay, so minus 210 and minus 178. Okay, and we have the first one. And now what we are going to do is we are going to generate all the other ones from this one. We are not going to repeat what we've been doing so far. So you already know. So and we're also going to generate the ground floor when we receive the start, not from the beginning. So when we receive, not the create, sorry, not the start. The start was the old one. When we receive the create method, we are going to repeat and 8 times, and repeating 8 times we are going to create clone of the ground floor, and we need to change the position of the sprite. So this is 60, you have 60, so we need to change the X position by 60. Change X by 60, and this is it. Let me see, and yes, that's correct. Now we're also going to hide the original sprite when we begin, and when we start as a clone we are going to show the sprite and then do the rest that we need to do. So we are going to show the sprite, and now we need to keep checking for collisions with the missiles, and when the ground floor is hit by a missile, it's just going to change the costume to the other one. So we have the ground floor 0 and have this one. This one is like the destroyed one. So we are going to add, when we start as a clone, we are going to add a forever block, an if, and yes, if we are touching a missile, so if we are touching a missile, we are going to change the costume. And to change the costume, we can just switch costume to ground floor number 1, which is a destroyed one. And yeah, this is it. I mean, oh, and we can also duplicate this, so we make sure that when we are generating the clones, we also reset the costume to the first one. Could also add something here, because like we could add something like to only change the costume if it's not already on the ground floor costume. because this way, every time it touches a missile, it will change the costume, and it's going to set the costume a lot of times. So maybe we could add a condition here, like, so if only we are only going to change the costume if the costume number, yes, if the costume number equals to 1. Actually, it might be a little bit confusing, but the first one, the costume 1 is the ground floor 0, and the costume 2 is the ground floor 1. So that's why we are using this. And now let's see, I'm gonna maximize this. So I forgot something. Switch to costume ground floor 0 and show. What did I forget now? What? No, this is not it. Okay, I'm missing something. Oh, it's a position. Yeah, of course, it's a position. We need to set, I always forget about this. We need to set the correct position. So this was -210 and -178, and we need to set the correct position before starting the generating the ground tiles. Yeah. So let me see if a missile just. Okay, you see, you saw here, yeah, it destroyed the ground, and it's only the first one because we only have like one stage for the ground floor. We could also add more than one, so it could be destroyed, just like the bunkers, like 4 different states when it's being destroyed, but I think this is more than enough. Okay, so we have the ground floor. Now we are going to add, like I said, we have the explosions of the missiles and the laser. I think on the missile we already have the costume of the explosion, but we are not using it. Yeah, we have it here. So when we destroy the missile, basically what we are going to add, like a small animation, just change to that sprite before deleting the clone. So we have it here. So if it's touching all this, oh, but we also need to add here. Oh, we don't need to add it because actually we are -170 and that is at -178. Let's see if we need to change this. Maybe we can change it because since we have the ground floor at the bottom, maybe we don't need the position anymore here. We can just say, okay, if it's touching the ground floor, then it deletes itself. Let's see, I'm not going to delete this because we might still need it. And before deleting the clone, we are going to change the costume to missile explosion. And if we change the costume, we need to wait before actually destroying the clone so that we can see it. This is it. Let me see if it's working. Oh, but it changed the animation. We need to stop the animation from the other. You can see that when it's destroying the bunker, it actually shows the explosion, but then it goes back to the sprites, and that's because we are still running the animation for the sprites, which is running. Where is it running? Here. So, oh, but it's running on the same. When I start as a clock. Oh no, it's not on the same. Sorry, it was hidden below. No, it's not on the same. So it's here. So we can probably just stop other scripts in the sprite. So we change this, we stop other scripts in the sprite, and we delete clone. Let's try it again. Okay, let me see. And yes, it just destroys and shows that small sprite. The sprite is not very good, actually. The effect is not that nice, but it's good enough. So now we have the explosion of the missile, and we can also add an explosion of the laser. I think in the laser we didn't import, yeah, we didn't import the costume, so let's just import the costume. And I think I have it, laser explosion, it's this one, yep. So I have the other costume, and we are going to do the same. So when we destroy the laser, we are going to switch the costume to laser explosion. I'm going to do it here and then wait for 0.2 seconds. And then we are going to actually delete the clone. Let me see if it's working. Yeah. You can see now you have like that small cloud when we destroy. Yep. This is it. These explosion sprites are not very good. To be honest, I'm not very happy with them. But okay. That's what we've got. So I think the effect when the missiles reach the ground is really cool, but when they reach the bunker, doesn't work that well. And maybe it's because the sprite is not very aligned, you know. Yeah, because you see, like this is the size of the missile, and the sprite is shorter. So I think the problem might be because of this. This one is a little bit better, but yeah. And yeah, now we are using all the sprites. We have all the explosions, the animations. This is it, I think. Yeah. So about just adding this small bells and whistles, like I was saying, it's all only these small explosions, and the ground floor adds a nice touch as well. And this is it. So in the next video, I think it's going to be the last one for this whole set of tutorial videos. We are going to fix bugs that we still have in the game. So we have some bugs to solve. We have times that the player is shooting but the laser does not appear. I still have to see what's going on with it. We have times that invaders are shooting missiles from weird positions, and I know what's going on, but I forgot to do something. And the invaders, when they are touching the edges, they start to get farther and farther apart. That's also something that we need to solve. And this is it, I think. I don't think we have any more problems, but we'll see. So thank you. I'll see you on the next video.